I woke up today in a very contemplative mood because I was thinking about the early retirement benefits that no one really talks about because of an experience I had the other day right here on YouTube. I went live a couple of days ago, and throughout the whole live stream, I kept having tech problems and I kept losing the connection. I don't know if it was a Wi-Fi connection or it was a power glitch, but the point is the live stream just kept going out and it was just real glitchy, like the first 20 minutes. Um, the financial besties that were in the live chat, they hung in there and they rode with me. I appreciate y'all, by the way. And then when I would come back after a glitch, they had their jokes in the live chat. And we just laughed about it and they joked with me and we just, moved on, continued with the topic. Um and the live stream ended up being about almost 2 hours and it was really, really good. Um in that live stream, I was talking about the reasons that people end up working longer than they need to and the things that most people overlook. And if they did those things, it could actually shrink the time that they would have to work and they can get their time back and retire early and retire sooner than 65 or 62 or whatever age they thought they had to wait for retirement. So it was a really, really good live stream. But when it was over and I watched it back, I saw all the glitches and the pauses and my voice was going, but my screen was frozen. And there were some parts where my screen went completely out. And watching all of those glitches annoyed me. So I'm like, I know other people watching this, unless you were live with me, this will probably annoy you too. So I was like, this video is trash. And my first mind said, delete it, scrap the whole thing, and either re-record it, go live again, and do the whole topic again, or record a video of the main points that you addressed in the live stream. And my first mind told me to scrap it and redo it because it wasn't perfect. And I ended up deciding that it didn't have to be perfect because there was a lot of value in that video. But I did want it to be at least good enough because I do have my own personal standards. So what I ended up doing was going into the editing backend feature and clipping out the long glitches. I didn't clip out everything. It was just way too much. The video was almost 2 hours long, but seeing where there was like dead space, where there was a gap in the volume. So I clipped out those long pauses, those really long glitches, and I just saved the video to members only. So my channel members can at least get the value from that video. But it was so bad, I didn't even want it on my main feed. And the point I'm making to connect it back to retirement benefits that no one talks about is that that perfectionist mentality that immediately came to mind, I realized that was the corporate Malika that needed everything to be just right. The corporate Malika had to be perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, it shouldn't exist. The corporate Malika would have completely deleted that email. I would not have savored the value for anyone to see. Saved, not savored. Sorry, saved. And by the way, this video right here is another example. There are a lot of imperfections, and I'm rolling with it. I'm not even going to edit this video right here. But my point is the corporate Malika would have deleted that email because, would have deleted that video because it wasn't perfect. And I would have spent more time doing mental gymnastics, beating myself up over something that wasn't even my fault. It was a tech issue. But I would have still added more pressure to myself to re-record it, to go live again, to make sure I had a video out this week, and to make sure I did it just right. And I realized those habits that I developed in corporate were that Black excellence that we always talk about. And it's something that is, rewarded and celebrated. But what I'm realizing now in retirement and some of those bad habits that I had that caused me so much stress, it wasn't excellence at all. It was survival. It was survival. Because in corporate America, as a Black woman in corporate America, adding another layer as a Black woman that's at the management level or executive level in corporate America, perfectionism wasn't an option. It was a standard. It's along the same lines as the code switching, the over preparing so you can articulate yourself in a boardroom, so you can defend yourself against Chad that's challenging all of your ideas. The working twice as hard to be twice as good just to be viewed as an equal. Because if we made mistakes, every mistake was weaponized and used against us. So we overperformed and we over-delivered just to be seen as equal. And that overperformance, that code switching, that perfectionism, it takes a lot of energy, daily energy, even on the weekends when you're not working, you're still thinking about all the stuff you need to do or all the things you need to fix, or your mind is going over the mistakes that you made the week before. It's like daily, relentless energy that we expend in corporate just to be seen as good enough. So as I was thinking about the imperfections in that live stream, and when my first mind said scrap it completely, delete it. But then my second mind stopped me and said, no, there's value in this video. Someone can gain value from this video. So edit out the parts that you yourself don't like and save it and share it with your channel members so they can get the value from the video. Make it good enough. And good enough is okay. I would have never done that in corporate. Good enough would have never been okay for me in corporate. So the thought that came to me today is that not only did early retirement give me my time back, not only did early retirement give me freedom, the time freedom, the location freedom that everyone talks about when they think about retirement. But what I just realized is that the real benefit of early retirement, the real dividend that early retirement pays you, is getting your energy back. Getting your energy back. No longer having to prove myself to anyone. Being able to override that initial thought that says, it's not perfect, so do it again. I can override that thought and say, it's good enough. It's good enough for me because I don't have anyone managing my performances against a bias. Even when good enough would have been okay for Chad and Karen, it would not have been good enough for me. I don't have anyone overseeing my performance through the lens of a bias. I don't have anyone judging my competence because of a mistake that I made. Not only do I have that financial freedom, that time freedom, that location freedom, I have the freedom to be imperfect. And that's the biggest win about early retirement that no one is talking about. As Black women, that's the biggest win of early retirement that no one talks about. You get your energy back. You no longer have to perform. You don't have to be perfect anymore. Can't believe I'm crying. I didn't mean to cry. These are tears of joy because I'm just realizing that's the real freedom. That's the real freedom. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this video because I didn't want this to be emotional. I didn't expect to cry. But you know what? I'm not going to edit this out. I am going to upload this video because this is part of the imperfection that's okay. But if you are still in corporate You're still hustling and grinding. You are paying an energy tax right now. It's an invisible tax that we don't even realize exists, but it's costing you everything. It's costing you everything. The stress, the unnecessary pressure you put on yourself to compete, to be perfect, to compete against biased standards, where even when you're the best, you're still viewed as less than. So you have to run twice as fast just to even be in the race. That's the energy tax that you're paying right now. So early retirement is not just financial freedom. It's not just the money. I know I talk about money a lot on this channel, but I need to start sharing more of my personal experiences and the benefits of investing, growing a portfolio, building wealth, and what it does for you beyond the money. Because early retirement is not just financial freedom, it's energy freedom. You get to reclaim your energy. The lightness of not having to perform. In that quick second, when my first mind said, delete the video and do it over, all the work I would have had to go through to reschedule another live stream, to sit on live another 2 hours, to be on and engaging. And then my second mind kicked in and said, no, it's good enough. So the lightness of not having to perform, not having to be perfect, and being able to take all of that energy back. And exhale. I was able to make that decision to just edit out the silence and leave the video. And I went to bed at peace. I did not toss and turn about, oh my goodness, the video was imperfect. Who's going to see it? What are they going to think? All the thoughts that would have come to mind if that was a project I was working on in corporate. I would not have been able to sleep until I made it right. So imagine what you would do, how you would feel if you were able to get all of that energy back. Not only the energy that you expend when you're at work, from 9 to 5, the 40 hours a week, the 50 hours a week, but you expend so much more at home just thinking about all the things you did not do right when you were at work. This is new for me. I am finally recognizing, or I should say admitting, that I was a perfectionist. Wasn't by choice. It was learned behavior to survive. And I don't have to be a perfectionist anymore. Realizing this, it makes me think about my sisters in the sister circle or the new clients that have enrolled in the upcoming cohort and Invest with Ease. What I'm helping them do, what I'm helping them build towards is not just the money anymore. Now I realize how much more they're going to gain from building their portfolios. The energy that they'll get back, the relief that they will feel when they know they don't have to be perfect anymore. They can take their energy back. Yeah, that's what I do and Invest with Ease. It's not just about the money. I help you take your energy back. Not just financial freedom, not just location freedom or time freedom, but the freedom to be human, the freedom to make mistakes, the freedom to just be good enough. And it's okay. That's a benefit to retirement that no one is talking about. So just wanted to share that. One of my realizations in real time. 3 years into early retirement, and I'm still learning every day. This is still new to me. And as I learn, I share it with my sisters in the community. I'm creating the path for them so they can feel the same relief that I feel right now. If you are planning for early retirement or thinking about how you can plan for early retirement, let me know. Let's talk. I have a few seats left in the January cohort. I think it's about three. I think it's 3 seats left. I'm not sure. And I'm not going to double check right now. But yeah, let me know. Let's talk if you want to join the January cohort. And we can work on you reclaiming your energy too. It's a trip.